Have you ever heard the whispers about the Euphrates River? For thousands of years, it's been a cradle of civilization, a source of life. But today, something strange is happening. The mighty Euphrates is drying up, and as the water recedes, it's not just ancient ruins that are being uncovered, but ancient prophecies too. What if I told you that a 2,000-year-old text predicted this exact event, linking it to the release of 4 powerful, bound angels? This isn't a fantasy novel, it's a prophecy from the book of Revelation, and it's stirring up debate and wonder across the globe. Today, we're diving deep into the mystery of the fallen angels in the Euphrates River. Are we witnessing the pages of prophecy turn before our very eyes? Let's explore the story, the signs, and what it could all mean. The prophecy is found in the book of Revelation, chapter 9, verses 14 and 15. It says, "Release the 4 angels who are bound at the great river Euphrates, and the 4 angels who had been kept ready for this very hour, and day and month and year were released to kill 1/3 of mankind." It's a chilling passage. 4 angels, bound for a specific moment in time, said to be unleashed at the Euphrates River, heralding a massive, destructive event. For centuries, this was just a symbolic, far-off story. But now, as we see satellite images and news reports showing the Euphrates shrinking dramatically, people are starting to ask, is this it? Is the prophecy starting to unfold? To understand this, we need to go back. Who are these 4 angels? The Bible doesn't give us their names, but theological tradition often identifies them as fallen angels. Unlike the angels who serve God, these beings are believed to have rebelled and were consequently imprisoned. Their prison, according to this specific prophecy, is located at or under the Euphrates River. The idea of angels, beings of immense power, being physically bound to a geographical location on Earth is fascinating. It paints a picture of a spiritual battle with real-world consequences, a cosmic conflict with a specific earthly trigger point. For a very, very long time, these 4 have been waiting for the river to dry, waiting for the command to be released. So, what's actually happening to the Euphrates today? The river, which flows through Turkey, Syria, and Iraq, has been a vital water source for millions, but a combination of factors, including climate change, reduced rainfall, and the construction of numerous dams upstream, has led to a drastic reduction in its water levels. In some areas, it's become a shadow of its former self, a small stream where a great river once flowed. People can now walk across areas that were once deep underwater, and as the riverbed is exposed, incredible archaeological sites are emerging, cities and artifacts that have been submerged for decades. It's an archaeologist's dream, but for those who follow biblical prophecy, it's a potential sign of something much more significant. The most intriguing and talked about discovery has been the strange noises. In recent years, videos have gone viral, claiming to have captured terrifying sounds coming from the dried-up riverbed. People have recorded moans, growls, and sounds like clanking chains echoing from caves and holes that are now accessible. Are these the sounds of the 4 bound angels, stirring in their prison as their time of release draws near? It's a terrifying thought. Of course, there are scientific explanations. Geologists suggest these sounds could be caused by the shifting of rock and earth as the water pressure is removed, or the sound of gases escaping from underground caverns. The echoes in these newly exposed caves could certainly distort natural sounds into something that sounds far more sinister. But the sheer number of these recordings, from different people in different locations along the river, makes you wonder. The sounds are undeniably eerie, and they fit the prophetic narrative so perfectly that it's hard to completely dismiss them. Let's connect this back to the broader idea of fallen angels in ancient texts. The book of Revelation isn't the only place we hear about them. The book of Enoch, an ancient Hebrew text that is part of the official biblical canon, but was widely read in early Jewish and Christian circles, goes into great detail about angels who defied God. It describes how they were bound in the valleys of the earth until the day of judgment. While it doesn't specifically name the Euphrates, it establishes this precedent of fallen angels being imprisoned within the earth itself. This idea wasn't just a niche belief. It was a common part of the ancient worldview. They saw the world as a place where the physical and spiritual realms were deeply intertwined, where a river could be more than just a body of water. It could be a seal on a supernatural prison. So, If we put it all together, we have a clear prophecy in Revelation about 4 angels bound at the Euphrates. We have the physical evidence that the Euphrates River is, in fact, drying up at an alarming rate. We have archaeological sites and caves being uncovered, and we have these incredibly strange, chilling sounds being recorded from the exposed riverbed. Is this just a series of remarkable coincidences? Or are we seeing a convergence of events that was foretold to millennia ago? Skeptics will rightfully point out that rivers have dried up before, and prophecies can be interpreted in many ways. The 4 angels could be symbolic, representing 4 great earthly powers or plagues, rather than literal beings. The prophecy states their release will lead to the death of 1/3 of mankind, an event that would be impossible to miss. Since that hasn't happened, we can conclude that even if the river drying is a precursor, the main event is still yet to come. However, for believers, the symbolism is powerful. The drying of the river is seen as the unsealing of the prophecy. It is the sign that the clock is ticking and that the conditions are becoming ripe for what comes next. The prophecy is incredibly specific. It's not just any river, it's the Euphrates. It's not 1 angel or 1,000, it's 4. They are released for a specific hour and day and month and year. This level of detail suggests a literal event, not just a metaphor. It implies a preordained appointment on God's cosmic calendar. Whether you interpret it literally or symbolically, the fact that our modern world is mirroring these ancient scriptures is, at the very least, what's most fascinating is how this ancient story resonates today. We live in an age of science and technology, yet we are still captivated by these mysteries. The story of the fallen angels of the Euphrates taps into a deep human curiosity about the unknown, about the forces that might lie just beyond our perception. It reminds us that there may be more to this world than what we can see and measure. The sounds from the river, whether they are geological phenomena or something else, serve as a powerful reminder of the Earth's hidden depths and secrets. They force us to confront the possibility that ancient prophecies weren't just stories, but warnings or roadmaps for the future. So, what do you think? Are the events at the Euphrates River simply the result of climate change and dam building, with the strange sounds being a natural, explainable phenomena? Or are we witnessing the beginning of a prophecy unfolding, a precursor to a world-altering event? Is it possible that in the deep, dark, newly exposed caves along the river, 4 ancient and powerful beings are stirring, their chains rattling as the water that held them captive disappears? The mystery remains. As we watch the news and see the satellite images, we are all, in a way, watching the Euphrates. And we're all left to wonder what happens when the river finally runs completely dry. Thanks for joining me on this journey into one of the most compelling prophecies of our time. It's a story that bridges the ancient and the modern, the spiritual and the physical. If you found this as fascinating as I do, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into history's greatest mysteries. Let me know your theories in the comments below. See you next time.